It's April 1st, 2023, and thousands of Angelenos are returning home to find eviction notices taped to their doors. The pandemic-era moratorium on evictions had just expired, and the region was about to experience one of the largest spikes in notices in its history. This wave of housing instability led to widespread protests and lawsuits. This is the story of how one Burbank tenant and her neighbors organized to change eviction law in the city for good.
Hello, I'm Martha Urell. I'm originally from Cuba, moved to New York City, and in 1990, after changing my life, I came out to California. I moved to the Maui apartments in September of 2012, and we've had since then 3 different owners. Of course, when you have new owners, you wonder what changes are going to come about. But the last one was a doozy. We got eviction notices. So that changed everything. So March 2023, the new owners, they acquire the new property. Come April, I see some neighbors outside and they're walking around with a piece of paper. Oh, did you get this? Did you get this? I'm like, what's that? The notice of eviction. My heart sank. And I told my daughter, this is not going to happen to me like this, and we're not going to let them do this to us. We're going to fight. And I said, we're going to knock on every door. We made flyers telling them, look, we can fight this, or at least try.
Urell and her fellow tenants, along with dozens more throughout the city who faced similar evictions, marched on City Hall demanding an end to renovation evictions, a type of eviction that allows landlords to evict their tenants if they have an intent to renovate, a strategy that has gained popularity recently as a way to increase the rent of a unit more than the state-mandated 10%.
Unfortunately, these types of evictions are currently legal under state law, and working families and seniors, especially those who are Black and brown, are the ones who are being pushed out of their homes.
Martha and other members of the Burbank Tenants Union ultimately won some protections, but they weren't enough to stop her from being forced out. She now lives with a roommate in North Hollywood, but organizes in Burbank every week, fighting so that what happened to her won't happen to others in Burbank.
That's what's so sad and what's so beautiful about it, because we came together. And even those who weren't affected were like a little concerned too, because if it happened to them, it's going to happen to you too. And it didn't hit until they started seeing people leaving, actually leaving. And then that's when more people became concerned and got them to go to the city council. Because I told them, I can't do it by myself. I speak for me, even though I come here representing you, but you have to come here and represent yourself. They have to see the numbers. You could sign a piece of paper, but that's a piece of paper. They say, oh, anybody can forge that. No, you got to show. You got to show up. You got to represent and tell them your story. Tell them your situation and what's going on.